Welcome back to our conversation about trust-based philanthropy. So in this conversation that we wanted to open up was, last time I mentioned about accountability and accountability being a conversation about power. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that means and how you can start to think about what some people might call leveling the playing field and get a little bit more into the details of what that means in relationship. So one of the ways we like to engage with nonprofits and foundations is to really think about how that relationship is being cultivated. I think one of the issues when you're trying to think about a power imbalance and trying to rebalance is, okay, who's responsible for creating the balance? And then there's this assumption that the person with the most amount of power is responsible for reallocating that power. But it doesn't really work that way when you're in relationship with folks. Because when you have what you might assume to be all the power, you're then creating a blind spot of where someone else's agency might be. So when you're entering into these relationships, it's really important to establish an understanding of what people know and don't know, but also understanding where people have skill sets and don't have skill sets. So I want to ask you all, if you are a foundation, how are you opening up a conversation with your grantees about where you can learn from them and where they can learn from you? How are you having those conversations? And do your nonprofit grantees feel like they can come to you with those types of questions and answers? Or are they feeling like they have to be all buttoned up in order to be able to still be available for that funding and eligible for that funding? For my nonprofits, how are you showing up to those conversations? Are you feeling like you've got to be buttoned up? Or are you feeling like, yeah, I could have a more vulnerable conversation with my funder? And if you can't, is there an opportunity to share that feeling and that sentiment with your funder to be able to see if there are some more opportunities to be able to level out how you all show up to that relationship? So go ahead, have that self-reflective moment, and please let us know what comes up for you. And if you want to continue the conversation, please reach out to us on LinkedIn or reach us at our website. And stay tuned for the next topic when we get a little bit deeper into trust-based philanthropy and a little bit on capacity building and the role it can play in trust-based philanthropy.